Welcome to Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends, brought to you by Dirty Talk. I'm Tatiana Ashbourne. What is normal in the bedroom? I have no idea, which is why I'm lifting the covers on my friends, family and famous faces to find out answers to questions you are too afraid to ask. Today's guest is a 29-year-old mother of 2 children. She divides her time from work to looking after her kids to being a partner to her husband. We discuss the struggles of maintaining a relationship through having kids and her first time experiences. Does she get a hole in one? Welcome to Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends, brought to you by Dirty Talk. I'm Tatiana Ashbourne and these are my friends. This is Tan, everybody! Welcome on the show. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing to have you. Are you worried? Are you nervous?
I'm so nervous. I've got Prosecco here.
Yeah, you'll be absolutely fine, honestly. So what made you want to come on the show? Or what
Well,
made
you asked me.
No, yeah. I know, but like...
No, I thought, why not?
Yeah.
I think a lot of people assume that I'm quite shy or a bit of a prude with this sort of stuff, so I thought, why not?
Yeah, prove everyone wrong. Yeah. Are you shy in the bedroom or not really?
It depends.
Yeah.
I actually don't know. I wouldn't say so, no.
Okay, so are you fully confident that you're...
Not fully confident. Probably definitely I would say since I've had children I'm not as confident as I used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's a lot to do with my body's changed and I don't think I was confident with how I looked.
Right, okay.
So I would say probably not as confident, but I'm getting there. It's something I'm working on gradually.
Yeah. And now you're with your partner. So is it like you feel much more body confident because you're with the partner, or he knows what you were like? You know, is it more like you feel confident, especially after having children? Obviously your body changes massively, but do you feel like your partner understands it and goes
he's very sort of any sort of body confident issues I've got, they're with me. He's very I still find you sexy and you look really nice and stuff like that. So that's always nice, but it's for me if it's if I'm not feeling I have a bit of a mum tum still, or my thighs are a bit jiggly here and there. My boobs definitely don't look what they used to look like.
Right, okay.
It's little things like that, but I suppose being with someone that thinks, you still look good and you're still doing it for them, that makes you obviously feel nice. Having
children, it makes your boobs bigger?
It makes them bigger. They're just not for instance, I used to have a tattoo on my chest. Yeah. My tattoos are here now.
Oh really?
So it's moved a little bit. Yeah. But I mean they definitely get bigger with size obviously because you're pregnant with milk.
Yeah.
But and then they just deflate after you've had the baby.
Okay. And then do they deflate every time you breastfeed? I don't know, is it one of those things that it goes in?
I only breastfed for a little bit. To be honest, it just wasn't for me.
Okay.
I didn't really like it, and because with my first child, I had quite a bad labour, and the healing period was quite bad. So trying to breastfeed just wasn't fun for me, no. So
then do you just give them ordinary milk? Or
I just gave them formula. They were fine with it. So I thought, this is what we're going to go with.
Yeah.
So I wasn't comfortable doing it. You have to sit obviously at certain ways to get the flow and stuff right. And I was like, do you know what? This is actually just causing me too much. Yeah. Too much grief. So.
And now with both children, you only breastfed the first one and then stopped?
Literally for 2 weeks with the first one and a month with the second one.
Oh, okay, so you did do it again and work it out. Yeah. And so, you've got two boys.
2 boys.
How old are they?
Noah is 3 and Logan is 1.5 years.
Wow, that must be hard work. Or
it is hard work. Yeah, no, it is hard work. It's lovely, it's rewarding, but it is hard work.
And so how does it work when you're obviously, I'm her babysitter, and so obviously I know that you try and go on date nights and everything. Is it that it's working that you go? Do you go once a month on a date night? How often do you try and do a date night?
So it depends a lot with our work schedules. We try and do once a month, but sometimes it is once every 2 months or even once every 3 months, if I'm honest.
Okay.
We do want to try and make it a twice a month thing, but with work and stuff, sometimes it is just a bit difficult.
Yeah. And how important is it to keep the date nights going?
I think definitely when you have children, you need to be having date night, just because it is easy for, like, with your schedules and just everyday life, dealing with children, it's easy for the spark to go. So it's something you do have to work on.
Okay. And do you think from having children, definitely, like, your relationship changes? Like, is it do you see your partner differently now he's a dad? Or is it...
I think I definitely, like, love him more since
Really?
we've had kids.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. In terms of, like, our relationship, though, yes, obviously it's different, but I would say it's better.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
You do have to work at things. Just like any relationship,
Yeah, yeah.
you have to work at things. But definitely more so when you have children. Our children are quite small still, and they're quite close in age.
Yeah.
So it's been a transition period and something to work with, but I think we're doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how long were you with your partner before you had children?
I think it was about 10 years.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. And you're
10
not
years.
married, you're just...
So we are married actually in my religion.
No way!
Yes. So I'm Hindu. So we got married in 2015.
Okay.
We had a wedding in Florida. My dad is actually a priest.
Okay.
So he's very strict and he's quite old school. So
yeah, so you had to get married, really.
when I was telling him that we were moving in together, he was a bit like, you know, each their own with everyone. I don't really believe... I think whatever you want to do as a person, what works for you.
Yeah.
But my dad was sort of like, you know, if you're moving in with him, I would like for you to be married.
Okay.
And all of that. So I just thought, you know, like, it's something that is important to him. And
Yeah.
Miles luckily was on board and he was fine with it. I personally, my parents got divorced when I was quite young, so marriage, is it really a big deal for me? No, it's not.
Yeah.
But I knew it was
Okay.
something that would make him happy, so...
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so we're married in the eyes of my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how does that work? I didn't realise you could be... I didn't realise you could be married in one religion and not in...
So it's just
general.
literally in... You have a ceremony, but it's just in the eyes of God. I don't have his surname, we're not married legally, nothing like that. And I don't think we actually will get married.
Okay.
It's just... We're happy as we are,
Yeah,
sort of
yeah,
thing, so...
And so how does the ceremony work? Like, is it the same as in I do, or is it I will now?
So, I wish it was as quick as, like, a normal...
Oh, is it really long?
It's like 3 days long.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh
It was,
my gosh.
yeah, it is 3 days long. And even the ceremony in general, I think, is about 4 hours. You do get a lot
Okay.
of butt cramp with it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's so interesting.
You do your vows and everything,
Yeah.
but there's like a little bit of a process you have to do. But yeah, three days.
Okay. And so growing up, obviously you said your dad was stricter and everything. Was your mum the same, or what's that like?
My mum was strict, but give her due. She was very lenient with us growing up because I think she wanted to create a space that if anything happened, we could go to her. Mm-hmm. And I think she'd rather that we didn't lie to her.
Yeah.
So she was like, you know, when something happens, tell me, I won't be mad. I mean, on some occasions, this wasn't the case. She was mad, so I was like, I'm not going to tell you that. But she was, compared to my dad, yeah, she was... I think she was quite good. She was as good as she could have been.
And can you remember having a conversation about what sex is and how it works?
If I'm honest, no.
Okay.
My dad, I still probably thinks I'm a virgin.
Right, okay.
Even though I've had 2 children, I think he still thinks I'm a virgin. My mum, though, she never actually had a talk with me about sex. She had a talk with me about periods.
Okay.
And about, like, my boobs growing.
Yeah.
But the first time I found out about sex was sex education in year 6, and I was kind of like, what on earth
In year
is this?
6? God, I think that's quite late to have sex
No,
education.
it definitely is. So what, I was just before I went to high school, I would say?
Yeah, isn't it like 10, 11?
10, yeah. So apart from that, I didn't really know anything about sex. Yeah, she had a chat with me about periods and whatnot, and then after I learnt about sex at school, I then asked her questions, but she didn't shy away from it, but I could tell it made her uncomfortable.
Yeah. And so from, you obviously know what your parents were like, or teaching you or not teaching you, but how will you be with your boys? Do you know, or is it sort of like you're letting them do whatever? Like, what's your plan of attack?
So I think I want them to be open with us.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to their sex life, though, no. Do you know what? They
won't be on this bed.
I want to be the sort of mum that they're open with.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to deal with, like, if they ask me anything to do with masturbation. Not going to lie, you need to go to your dad for it, just because I'm so awkward.
Yeah.
But I do also at the same time want to educate myself, so that if they do come and ask me something, I don't want them to think that it's not normal, or actually no, that's wrong, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's me that's got to change probably my way of thinking. But then I think I've got that obviously from my parents.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And do they already wonder where they've come from?
So we're quite good with TV programmes and whatnot. Obviously, when it's in the evening and we want to watch something we want to watch, they're either in bed or if they have their tablets or something.
Yeah.
But I have noticed, like, if there's like a kissing scene,
yeah,
Noah gets quite shy, but he'll look. He gets quite shy. The little one doesn't have a clue about anything, but I notice, like, sometimes he'll sit there and, like, put his arms around my neck, and then he'll kiss me on the lips.
Oh.
The little one has tried to snog me, but I don't know that he has stuck his tongue in my mouth once, but I was a bit like, I think that's just him because he's a baby. But I noticed Noah has, like, seen kissing on the screen, so he does try to kiss me with mommy. But I just give him a kiss back, and I'm like, it's okay, sort of thing. But yeah.
No way with the tongue, though.
Yeah, Logan. I think it's like, obviously because he's such a baby still.
Yeah.
But he put his arms around my neck as well, and he kind of went. I was a bit like, oh God. Me and Miles found it hilarious. I was kind of like, oh, get off.
That is so funny. Oh my God. What do people not realise about having children?
I think there's a lot of things about motherhood that women are not aware of. Like, I remember saying things to my mum, and I'm like, why didn't you tell me this? And she's like, I forgot.
Really?
I think there is, like, a placebo thing where you just forget about things.
Yeah.
I think it's in regards to relationships, though, it does take work, it does take time. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be perfect.
Yeah.
But as long as it's, like, perfect for you, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Everyone has their own way of doing things, and everyone's relationships are different. So as long as I think you're comfortable with that, you'll find your way.
Yeah.
But I think it's always going to be a learning process. Mm-hmm. No matter what age they're little, like, old, like...
Yeah.
It's just something you have to work at anyway, regardless if you've got kids or not.
Yeah. And did you discuss that you wanted children with your partner, or was it, oh, they're there? Yeah,
no, we were quite lucky in we were quite lucky in the sense that we spoke about having children literally December 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just after Christmas, we thought, you know, like, should we actually have kids now? I think we're ready, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, like I said, we were very blessed. I was pregnant by the end of January.
Oh, yeah. So,
yeah, literally within a month of us having the conversation, I was pregnant at the end of the month. And then the same thing happened again with Logan. We spoke about having a second child. To be fair, like, we wanted the age gap quite close as we were dealing with nappies and bottles anyway. Yeah. So we thought, if we're going to do it, might as well just... you know, lose 5 years of sleep and just get on with it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And so we've been discussing the obviously the nappy out of nappy training or whatever it is.
Like potty training.
Potty training, that's what it's called. As you can tell, I'm not a mum.
Oh, they're babysitter.
So how's it going? Like, has he?
It's eventful to say the least.
Yeah.
And you just need to be mopping every 2 seconds.
Really?
It's going all right, to be fair. We're going to start with... Noah's basically potty trained now.
Okay.
So it's more so we're just waiting on him telling us, though, that he needs to go.
Okay.
He normally sometimes say he needs to go, but by then he's done what he needed to.
Yeah.
And then he'll be like, oh yeah, I need to go to the toilet. And I'm like, yeah, but you've also done this now on the floor.
Right, okay.
But I think we're going to start training Logan soon as well, because I think he's seeing what Noah's doing and he wants to take his nappy off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
so
fun.
What people don't realise sometimes is that the, sorry to be vile, but the poo, when obviously you're using milk and everything, it's like a completely different colour. And when I was babysitting for the first time, bear in mind I'd never changed a nappy before. Oh my god, I was not.
Logan is a beast as well.
Oh my god, I was like, what? Like, this is crazy.
I came home
and it just goes everywhere, like all out the back.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh my god.
it's. There's been a couple occasions where I was like, for someone so cute, how can you do this?
Yeah.
How can something so disgusting come out?
Yeah.
It's just horrendous.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so let's flip back. Tell me about your first time.
Oh god, I hope he's not watching this if he is. So,
obviously you don't have to, don't tell
No,
me
no,
names or
it's
whatever, but like, just to explain.
So, my first time is a little bit confusing because I didn't know if it counted actually as my first time.
Okay.
Maybe you can actually tell me if it did.
Well, let's have a go.
So, basically, I had an ex-boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Was he a boyfriend at the time? I was 16. Yeah, I was 16. I just finished school and I was about to start college. And I think we were on and off constantly over the summer. We both had the same summer job at golf club.
Right, okay.
So it was like a hotel. You could have events and stuff there, and a golf course as well. So we were on and off, and he was kind of not putting pressure on me, but he was kind of like, you know, to have sex would seal the deal for him. We could get back together.
Right.
And I was very young, naive, and I thought, oh, sex is not really a big deal, you know, might as well just get it over and done with. I kind of like him, so just, you know, do it. Oh my god, if my parents are watching this. Oh, sorry, Mum and Dad. I really hope my dad's not watching because he still thinks I'm a virgin, obviously. So one night after work, we decided to have sex. He brought a condom, and we had sex on the golf course.
No way! That's so cool.
Cool, the sprinklers went off and it was pitch black.
It's like High School Musical.
It was just horrendous, but it wouldn't. I don't know if it counts because it wouldn't go in properly, and it was. Just
I feel like that happens with everyone's first time.
And it was just very painful.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, he kept saying, I don't know if I can get it in.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, does this count? And also, what is the hype about sex? Because this doesn't feel nice.
Yeah.
So fast forward on a year, we broke up and stuff after this. Obviously, he was like, we didn't have sex, therefore you're in the bin.
Right.
So I was like, oh, whatever, I'm going to college. Then I met my...
Casual day, I'm heading off.
I was like, whatever. No, to tell a lie, I was actually really upset. I was thinking like, okay, it's not been able to go in and now he doesn't want me. What's wrong with me sort of thing.
Right, okay.
So, and then that film Teeth was around that time, that came out, and I thought, oh my god, like, something wrong with my vagina.
Oh no!
So
I've never heard of that.
Oh, you were a bit young, isn't it? You were probably like, what, in the womb still when that film came out. So it was about a girl that she has teeth in her vagina. So I was like, something's wrong with my vagina, like it wouldn't go in. And obviously, like, I couldn't go to my mum, hi mum, try to have sex on the golf course 15 minutes before you collected me. Is something wrong with my vagina? And I hadn't been with like any other boys or anything like that. So I was just like, okay, I'm just going to have to figure this out.
Yeah.
It'll be funny if he's watching as well, because I'm going to dish some dirt now on him. He was in the year above, and I had just... So I was in lower sixth, and he was in upper sixth. And I don't know, he was a bit of a tosser, to be fair, let's be frank. But I thought, you know, I've just started college, and he's an older boy.
Yeah,
even though it was just a year, I was still like, oh, you know. None of my friends liked him, because, like I said, he was a bit of a tosser. If you're watching this, who cares? So... we had sex. like I said, I didn't know if the first time counted or not, just because it wouldn't go in.
Well, I feel like it's an experience though, isn't it? So whether or not it's sex, I mean, I'm not able to judge that.
But when this question comes up, I am a bit like, oh, there are 2 occasions, but I don't know which one counts.
Yeah, but maybe whatever you prefer, which one?
Well, they were both horrendous, so I wouldn't prefer either, to be fair. But,
yeah.
So, sorry, just take a sip of this.
Breathe.
Oh. So,
you're imagining the time.
So we had sex. We both bunked off like a lesson or something.
Right, I thought that was your term to have sex. We both bunked off.
Yeah, we both left college early.
Right, okay.
Came back home, had sex, but it was just after having sex with him, I did sort of think to myself, I'm not having sex again.
Yeah.
There's no point. I'm not feeling anything from it.
Yeah.
It went in, but I don't know. He wasn't very well endowed, let's say. I didn't actually feel anything. And I thought, am I actually even a virgin now? Is something, again, wrong with my vagina because I can't feel anything?
Yeah.
I'm not literally getting nothing from it.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, and then we broke up a few months later, and I thought, it's me for sure. A couple months after we broke up, he kind of said, we had sex a good couple times after we broke up as well, but I literally was not getting anything from it. So I did think something was wrong with me. I thought, was I unable to orgasm or something like that?
Yeah.
And then, you know, like reading a bit more magazines and talking to friends and stuff, they were all saying that they had boyfriends and they hadn't orgasmed and stuff yet. And I was like, okay, like, this is fine. Nothing's wrong with me. But yeah, the couple times that we did have sex, it was just painful to say the least. And I don't mean painful, like, it was just painful.
Yeah.
So after that, I just kind of went on a bit of a, I'm going to be celibate for a little while.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how long after did you then think, right, let's give it a go again?
Then it was with Miles.
Okay.
And yeah, he did a great job, so we went, and I knew it wasn't me.
Well done, Miles.
But he actually lost his virginity to me.
Okay.
And considering the 2 other boys that had been with other girls, and Miles had never been with a girl before, Miles definitely knew more of what he was doing.
Yeah. Why do you think that was? Do you know his, was it a completely different upbringing?
I don't know if it was porn or like he just knew what he was doing, but he did a great job, hence why I'm still with him now. If I'm honest.
Can I know some top techniques?
Top techniques? I mean, I don't really like the missionary position. We don't do missionary. It doesn't work for us.
Okay, which is
just the standard.
Right, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
like guy on top.
Yeah.
But
vice versa.
Yeah, but it's never really worked for us. I don't know if it's the height situation or something.
Yeah.
Because he's quite tall compared to me. But yeah, that's.
Okay, so you don't go for that. That's interesting though, because I feel like maybe that's what wasn't working when you had to.
Oh no, I tried other positions with them.
Right, okay, it just didn't work.
No, well, not with the first. The first one was missionary, just didn't obviously go in.
Yeah.
The second one though, it was definitely him now looking at it.
Yeah, and so like do you know the past relationships? What was their experience with sex? Do you know if they had sex a lot of times before you?
Oh yeah, they my ex-boyfriend, the one that wasn't very good.
Yeah.
He had apparently been with loads of girls.
Okay, so you don't know, he could just be saying that.
Definitely now looking at it. If not, I'm sorry for all those girls as well that had to endure that.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay. So if you went out the house and your significant other said, I've got a surprise for you waiting for you when you get back, what would you hope it would be?
The washing up done, if I'm honest.
That's
honestly,
so
or a load of laundry on. I know that's probably sounds really boring,
that's
but
not
those little
at
things
all.
for me, I'm just like, that's great, thank you.
That's so good.
I'm honest.
No, that's amazing though, because I don't think people realise the stuff that doesn't get done or needs to be done. Like, you work so hard.
Yeah.
Like, we used to work together as well, and so having, like, watching you back and forth the whole time and with your children, like,
oh, thanks.
Honestly, so good. I honestly don't know how you do it, but like, it's insane that, like, especially me, that doesn't have children, isn't anywhere near to having children, and I hope, but and you just think that like you don't realise the amount of time and energy that it goes into it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I'm just going to go on to some audience questions, if there is any. Let's see what they've got to say. This is the scary time now. Right. This is good. This is from Johnny. When will you let your kids watch or listen to this podcast?
Maybe when they're 16.
Okay.
16,
yeah. And this is from Ellie. How did you find sex after childbirth?
The first time around or the second, or just in general?
Just in general.
Not gonna lie, I avoided sex for about 6 months.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
We didn't have sex for 6 months. No.
Yeah. And can I ask how often you now have sex?
I would say, in all honesty, we have sex probably about twice a month.
That's so good.
Do you think?
Yeah.
About twice a month, I would say. Like if the kids have gone away for the weekend to their grandparents or...
Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like with our schedules and just with life, like we are tired. Like,
yeah.
And for me, there's no point having sex just for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather we have sex when like we have an evening off, the kids aren't at home.
Yeah.
And like we can actually spend some time on it rather than like, oh, we're just having a quickie, let's just get it over and done with, and you're just having sex for the sake of it. Whereas like when we do have sex now, I feel like we put a lot more effort in.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, like, do you know what I mean? So for me, yes, we don't have sex as often as everyone else, but that works for us.
For us, yeah. I'm saying for us, like I'm involved in this relationship. I feel like, I think that's good. Like, I don't think there's any pressure to...
If we had more of an opportunity, 100% we would. Like, we'll always text each other, like, when we're feeling it. But, like, by the time sometimes I get home from work or he gets home from work and then we've sorted the kids out, you're just knackered, like, and you're not feeling sexy. Like, I'll put my like granny pajamas on and I'm ready for bed.
Yeah. And what does sex mean to you?
I think it definitely means that you're connected. I feel like when you're in a good place in your relationship, the sex is always better. And like if you're in the headspace, like that you and them are working and you're flowing, the sex is better for sure.
Okay, yeah. And quickly before we end, what's one piece of advice you would give to anyone that's about to have sex, that's thinking about sex?
Do it with someone you actually care about.
Okay. I
think when you're young, you think at the time, like, make sure this person actually cares about you. If sex is important to you, if it's something you're just like, oh, you know, it's not really a big deal, or you just want to get it out of the way because all your friends have done it. Like, do it when you're ready, but definitely do it with someone that cares about you, because I feel like for a girl, we're definitely more... There's a lot more pressure, I feel, where it's like you want to make sure that you're in love with them or you're I feel like boys do detach themselves quite a bit from it. So if you are someone that's quite emotional, you'd get upset. I would say leave it for someone that actually cares about you, and then you don't feel shit afterwards. That's all I would probably say.
Okay, amazing. So I've got you a little gift for coming on the show.
Oh God, it's not a blow up doll or something.
No.
I saw one lying around. I was like, please don't get that involved.
No, so the other day actually it was quite funny because you texted and you left your lip gloss at work. Right. Well, I've got you a new one. But it's an aphrodisiac lip gloss, so you put it on your lip, and then it might, what's it called, help you in the bedroom. Well, might make you want sex more.
Yeah, I'll put some on and I'll give them messages at work and got lump bugs.
Oh, now I know.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been Under the Sheets with Tatiana Ashbourne and friends. This is Tan, everybody. Thank you so much. How do you feel?
Fine, it's actually good. Yeah.
I could have been in that conversation for hours.